Where you have the concentration of power in a few hands, all too frequently men with the mentality of gangsters get control. History has proven that. Lord Acton. I have spent a great deal amount of time in the Sons of Liberty Academy dissecting the heads of the Anglo-American Empire, namely the Rothschilds and the Rockefeller dynasties. I cover their rise to power and all their secret effort into spreading debt and death throughout the world. They are monopoly men that seek to eliminate competition, so much so that they view it as a sin. They warp our reality so that they can maintain control. They have done this in secret for centuries. Everything in secret degenerates, even the administration of justice. Nothing is safe that does not show how it can bear the discussion and publicity. Lord Acton. The Rothschilds and the Rockefellers are the real source of all the problems going on in the world today, as they are holders of the world's privately held central banks. It is not the George Soros, Warren Buffett, Charlie Munger, Ben Bernanke, Jamie Dimon, Barack Obama, or any other paycheck player, paradigm puppet, or frontman. This hidden power has allowed the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers to enslave humanity with eternal debt through their rigged debt-based monetary system. This also allows them to buy corporations, governments, militaries, and ultimately you. This was only possible because of the power of secrecy that they have controlled for many years.
We are grateful to the Washington Post, the New York Times, Time Magazine, and other publications whose directors have attended our meetings and restricted their promises of discretion for almost 40 years. It would have been impossible for us to develop our plan for the world if we had been subject to the bright lights of publicity. But the world is now more sophisticated and prepared to march toward a world government.
Thanks to the internet, they can no longer hide in secret.
It really almost makes you ask the question, would it have been better if we'd never invented the internet?
The most potent weapon of the oppressor is the mind of the oppressed. Stephen Biko. But while most people get obsessed by this revelation of enslavement and the masters that hold our chains, I believe ultimately it is not these men we need to fear or fight, as the problem lies within us, because we empower them. We sign for the debts. We join their military. We vote for their political puppets. We buy their corporate trinkets. We eat their factory food. In short, we are the reason for our own problems. I know this is a hard thought to swallow, but we must accept the consequences of our active or passive support for this debt and death paradigm that empowers those that would seek to enslave your children with their lies and debt. By walking away from their paper casino, you can take away the base of their power, the control of money. By emptying your bank accounts and not supporting their wars, you eliminate their power to steal other people's assets. By not buying the latest and greatest doodad, you slow the velocity of money in their corporate power system that pays no taxes. Buy real wealth that delays gratification instead of the instant gratification of the consumer mentality. By walking away from their factory food and corporate restaurants, you deprive them of your wealth and support. This is at the heart of the silver bullet and the Silvershield. Decentralized, leaderless resistance that focuses our energy on what we can control while withdrawing our support for those that would seek to oppress us. The few who understand the system will either be so interested in its profits or be so dependent upon its favors that there will be no opposition from that class. While on the other hand, the great body of people, mentally incapable of comprehending the tremendous advantage capital derives off the system, will bear its burdens without complaint, and perhaps without even suspecting that the system is imbecile to their interests. Lord Rothschild. The benefit is that once you come to terms with this realization, you can then see the power we do have to make ourselves the highest and best self. By focusing your efforts of not only walking away from their paradigm, but empowering yourself by getting out of the doomed debt paradigm and buying real wealth like silver, that will eventually empower you to have dramatically higher purchasing power when this debt paradigm implodes. You empower yourself by not sacrificing what is unique and special about you to sell your soul to a collective power that would suck the very life out of you to empower those who spread lies at the top. It does not matter if it's a government, a military, corporation, school, or even church. They're all collectivist organizations that use secrecy and illusions to empower those at the top. They do not care about you ultimately, and when they're done with you, they will discard you, leaving you only with the sense of, what was that all for, and why haven't I pursued my own interests and passions to make a real difference in other people's lives? By not wasting your fruits of your labor on the latest gadget, you allow yourself to get out of the consumer debt cycle and be able to find happiness, contentment, peace, and real wealth to lead a better life. By eating healthy, locally grown food, You will not only find yourself healthier and happier, you will be supporting those in your local community. The dual nature of walking away and focusing on things that resonate with you and ultimately empower you is at the heart of the silver bullet and the silver shield. Every dollar you take out of their paradigm limits the power the banks have over you and limits their ability to maintain this illusionary power that they have over the world. Not only are you deleveraging their paper casino by depriving dollar reserves that the banks use to create leverage and debt, but also putting that fiat money into silver and taking delivery, you deleverage their ability to run a fractional reserve bullion banking system. This will ultimately show that the paper promises are useless if there is no real metal backing up the paper receipts for the metal. In short, this is a silver bullet to defeat the things that you are opposed to. You cannot solve a problem with the same consciousness that created the problem. You need to see the world anew. Albert Einstein. The silver shield of owning physical silver promotes things that resonate with you, like having real wealth that cannot be taken or inflated away from you, or the delayed gratification that is so important to any successful venture, the ability to have your wealth outside of a doomed paper paradigm, and the real return of purchasing power you will have, and how we can use this newfound wealth to be a blessing upon your friends and family because they could not or would not see what you saw. And ultimately, we can show humanity how we can break the cycle of debt and death with the complete opposite consciousness of equity, peace, and understanding.